into a movie. The reaction to this book about a 20-something woman who was a bit of a mess and just wanted love, friends, to lose weight, quit smoking and have a good job gave me an epiphany about my own writing. It made me realise that this kind of book has value too, that the books that entertain while making people laugh and cry by dipping into the universal emotions of love, sadness, self-doubt, etc., can be just as meaningful and important as those that win great literary prizes. As long as a book has impact on someone, it has value. As the original Bridget realised her own self-worth and found love, I decided it was time to start being true to myself in my writing. Since that day, I haven't worried about whether others might deem my work of literary importance. I've simply written the kinds of stories I love to read in the knowledge that I'm not alone and other readers love them too. To be a writer, it is of vital importance to be a reader and to read in many genres, but I believe the key in writing fiction that others want to read is making sure you're writing in a genre you love and about things you are passionate about. If I have fun with my characters and scenes, I know they'll find the right readers who enjoy them as well, and that's my mission every time I sit down to write a book. Over my career, inspiration has come from many different places, often at the most unexpected time in unusual or random ways. I've been inspired by a weed, a furniture ad, podcasts, magazine articles, conversations, and much, much more. Often the title comes to me first, and this is the case for The Other Bridget, the title of which came to me via a seemingly mundane email exchange with a friend. My friend, let's call her Kate Saunders, had been playing phone tennis with the hospital after receiving a text message notifying her of an appointment for her son, let's call him Nick, with a psychologist. Only she had no knowledge of her son needing any such appointment. After going back and forth with numerous people, it was discovered the appointment was for someone with the same name and birth date as her son, the other Nick Saunders. The moment I heard those words, I thought what a wonderful book title it would make. And then, for reasons known only to the writing gods, or likely because of my obsession with the original Bridget, did I tell you I collect different editions of it? The title, The Other Bridget Jones, came into my head. Immediately, I got the kind of buzz I only get when a new exciting idea strikes, and I knew I had to write this story. As with every idea, it's not usually one seed of inspiration that makes the book. So once I had the title, I started thinking about other things I was interested in exploring, and I revisited what it was I loved about Bridget Jones' Diary. I didn't want to copy that book, but I wanted to write a semi-tribute to it, including many of the things I loved about Helen Fielding's classic novel. Of course, there was always going to be a lovable main character who had a group of quirky friends and was longing to find love. And one of my favourite parts of that book was the love triangle, with one smooth talker guy and another who was a bit of a grump. But I wanted to put my own unique twist on this plot. The moment I realised that my Bridget was named after the famous Bridget because her mother was a die-hard book lover, I knew that she'd have inherited this trait and that because of it, she'd become a librarian. As an author, I've met many librarians at events, and they are among the sweetest, funniest, most generous, enthusiastic bunch of people I've ever met. Years ago, I was lucky enough to attend the Australian Librarians Conference, and let me tell you, those librarians partied hard. When the lights were dimmed and the music turned up at the end of their gala dinner, they all hit the dance floor and danced like I've never seen any other profession before. Stereotypically, librarians are very conservative, not life of the party types, but very few of the librarians I've met have fit this mould, and I wanted my book to celebrate all the wonderful librarians I've been lucky enough to know. Although there's hopefully a lot of fun in The Other Bridget, which is also a celebration of all the wonderful books, especially romance novels out there, it is important to me that each book I write touches on some issues affecting women in society. Something I've always wanted to write about is eating disorders, in particular anorexia, which I battled with in my teens. However, I didn't want this to be a traumatic story about someone in the depths of that illness. Instead, I wanted to show that it is possible to recover and live a good life after experiencing such things. In the novel, Bridget isn't the only character who has found healing in books, and in writing it, I wanted to shine light on all the books and authors who have brought me joy and helped me through tough times in my own life. I also want to thank bookshop owners, publishers and librarians who help these books find readers. And finally, I'd like to thank every reader who has ever emailed me and told me that one of my books gave them joy or touched their lives in some way. Long live feel-good novels. Love, Rach.
1. Alone again. There's only one thing that could make me agree to dress up like a Playboy bunny and parade around half naked in front of my colleagues and library patrons on a Wednesday night. Yep, you guessed it, a boy. Or rather, a man. Tonight's the night I'm going to introduce my new boyfriend to my friends and, despite the outfit, I can hardly wait. I'm in the staff bathroom, putting the final touches on my costume, adjusting the rabbit ears atop my head, when my phone pings with a text. My heart thuds even before I read it.